Welcome to my second studio vlog. In today's vlog, I will take you through my process of turning some sketchbook silliness into an actual piece of art that I now have displayed in my home. So let's go back to when it all began. Some aimless studio time accompanied by Cheyenne Barton, a fellow studio vlogger and all-around cutie. Link in description. Sketchbook time. Time to play. It's easy to get so preoccupied with running a business that you forget where all the good stuff comes from. And that would be play. For me, at least. Gotta make time for it. Gotta really allow for the frivolity. So I'm still perfecting how to film myself while I create, and in the meantime, before I get like a tripod, and ultimately I need to get like a proper camera because I'm using my phone, and my phone is not spectacular. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna do little updates like this and kind of show my process. So this is a piece that I'm creating just for myself, just to get my juices flowing. Again, after all of this focus on business and various, Etsy and websites and YouTube and setting up my business license and all this, I was feeling kind of depleted with my creativity. So this is just for me. If I end up making prints of it to sell, that's fine, but it's just for me. In fact, it's actually meant to fit into this really uniquely sized frame that I have here, which is, I didn't check to see if my face looks acceptable, but so it's not a normal size frame. It's something that I'm literally, after years of having stored this frame with hopes of putting something in it and never finding anything that fit in it, I'm just creating my own piece. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and this is what's going on with it so far, and I'll keep updating. Been wrestling with this gold paint pen. Still very mid-process here. There's some wet bits still. It didn't flow as easily as I would have wanted it to. I spent quite a bit of the paint just trying to get it out, and it bled into this back of the page and into the next page because I was pressing it so hard so much. But it is ongoing, and I like what's happening so far, so, yeah. I would say, if anything, now that I'm thinking about art in a more professional capacity, I fully understand why people want quality products readily available at their disposal. My background has been very much of, well, this was cheap or this was free, so we'll add it to the stash, and if it doesn't work, then so be it, because, roll with the punches. And, there's no negative consequence because nobody cares other than you. But at this point now, I kind of feel like it's worth it to start investing in some more high quality products, so that if your gold paint pen starts fighting you, you can bust out a new one. That's where I'm at right now. Still more to go. Lots of shimmer, lots of shine. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Yeah. And then I brought, there we go. I brought this bad boy out so you can kind of get a little bit of an idea of what it's gonna look like. Its shadows kind of fucking my shit up. There we go. What it's gonna look like. Popping out from there, so that's gonna look nice, I think, in my opinion, if I don't say so myself. And that's where we're at, but more to come. More to come. It's nighttime. I'm going to bed. It's dark in here too. Night night. Okay, so I'm just adding in some shading here with a bronze metallic paint. It's a Liquitex Basics, I believe, and this is just providing a little bit more depth, which you can't really see, unfortunately, because the camera, like I've mentioned, is just not great. Working on that, I am. But even in the final photos, you just won't be able to see the three-dimensionality that the crown has in real life. But regardless, bear with me, and we'll go through this anyway. You get an idea. Next, I am using another Liquitex, but it's the heavy body professional grade colors, and those are just very versatile and can be used very much like watercolors. So that's how we're getting this kind of real light, nearly, kind of a glistening effect from the jewels in the crown. And now I'm going into the Prismacolors because I'm going to use all variety of materials on this crown. So this pen is one of my favorite things, and don't laugh and don't judge, but this is a pen that you can get from the dollar store. It's a rubber grip gel pen, medium point, from Dollar General. And I have been using this pen for years. It's $2 for a pack of 10 of them, and I absolutely adore these pens. I was in school last year, and I just went through so many of these, and no other pen will do. To be quite honest, no other pen will do. You do notice that I used a white pen, and that was a Uniball Signo, as referred to me by another fellow YouTuber, Jenny Journals. I'd recommend her channel if you like the stickers and bullet journaling and lots of pens and markers being used, those sorts of things. And I'll put a link in the description for her as well. So here I am with the Prismacolors, just trucking along. And this is a landscape that I found and chose specifically because it has an eclipse in the night sky. And I just find that so perfect to incorporate the eclipse as the pupil of the eye, being the moon. That just really, really delights me even still. And I just love Prismacolors so much because of what I'm going to do here, which is blending with the white Prismacolor. And you can just see it transform from kind of a sketchy look to, oh my gosh, that's a painting now. It just blends so nicely and so well. And that white one in particular just is magical. So here I go. I'm just doing some additional detail work. I went back and forth quite a bit with all the different colors and the pens and back and forth and back and forth. So at this point, I'll talk about the eye and the symbolism of the eye, which to me is not a very exact thing. I like to use things that don't necessarily make sense on a conscious level. So in no way is this, symbolic eye. I just like eyes. I'm not a Freemason. I'm not into the Illuminati. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. It has nothing to do with that. If anything, it has to do with maybe like inward introspection, insights, and maybe just kind of like bigger picture, sort of like God's perspective sort of ideas, but not really anything tangible or real. So I'm adding some shine, some shimmer with those Liquitex, and you'll see here how it just kind of, in certain light, it just kind of reflects and shimmers that way. Hello again, good morning. I clearly have done a little bit more to this piece. Last night, after I turned the camera off and tucked everything away, I just did what I normally do, which is I continued to pace around my house and do things around the house and then come back in and look at it again with fresh eyes and do a couple more things and then walk away and pace around. So that's kind of hard to, incorporate into filming my process because I never really think I'm going to do very much. I'm just going to touch up one little speck. And then since I've got the marker in my hand or the pen in my hand, I might as well do this other thing. And it just spins wildly out of control. So, it might be subtle, but I certainly see the differences. As you can see, I have started to put some reflection, some glare on the eyeball just to show some three-dimensional aspects to that, and I'm happy I did it. It may not look perfect, but I am happy with the way that's coming together. This clearly needs some additional layers, and I'm still working on that, but I think it added a lot more depth to it. I also added, as you can see down here, I actually went in, before these triangles were here, I went in and just outlined it with some white at the tips, and I hated it. And I had kind of ruined my ability to fix that, so I had to go in and add some additional detail down here, which I'm happy with now. But, you know, that's the same thing I've talked about in previous videos, where my art is really just a series of making mistakes and then owning them, falling into them, making them the seem as though I meant to do that. Okay, so yay, there it is in its frame. I'm still gonna get some glass for it to go behind, but in the meantime I can still hang it and stick it in the frame. I'm quite fond of it, to be quite honest. So we'll see what comes of it. I was thinking it would make a good sticker. I think it would be a good sticker to put on a like a tall, like, devotional candle, or, you know, that tall kind of thin candle. So that might be fun. But also it would go nicely on just like water bottles and things like that. So at some point I'm going to get into the world of stickers, hopefully soon, and I think this is a prime candidate for stickerhooditude. Thank you very much for your time. Please enjoy my cute-ass doggy being the best little baby in the whole wide world. He rather dislikes rainy days, and it's been a rainy day this morning, so please enjoy my little doggy as an outro, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi, little cutie. Come on out. Come on out, little cutie. Oh my goodness, Maynard. Is it so rainy? Is it so rainy? Yeah, you got the waggles. I see you waggling. Come here, love. Oh, he's brave. He's a brave boy. Oh, and he's inside. Oh, it's so safe and warm in here, baby. It's so safe and warm in